Hey everybody, what's going on? Fallout here, and today I want to talk to you about this exotic armor for the Warlock, the Crown of Tempests. I don't know if you know this, but yesterday in Destiny 2 was the July update, and included in that update was a lot of changes to exotic armor. One of those changes I wanted to look at right away was the change to this helmet. Take a look at the exotic perk. This part is what I'm interested in the most. Arc ability kills will now extend the duration of your super. Well, you know me, I did a bunch of testing, so I got some numbers to share here with you. Let me say up front, it's kind of hard to pin down the average length of a Stormcaller's super duration because there are a couple factors that can change how long your super will last for. For example, if you're standing there in your super not doing anything, it will last for the maximum duration. But when people are actually playing in PvP, no one actually activates their super and just stands there. The two things that will drain your super meter very quickly are 1, holding down R2 and going all tickle finger mode on everybody, and 2, if you're using the top tree for the Stormcaller, using Ionic Blink will also take away your super meter quicker than your tickle finger. So with no exotic armor and using the bottom tree, your super will last anywhere between 16 seconds and probably more closer to 13, as again, holding down R2 will drain your meter a little quicker. The top tree, which again is much better for your super, will last anywhere from about 21-ish seconds down to 13 if you're just using Ionic Blink constantly. Here's where the exotic helmet comes in though. Now the way it works is that when you kill people with the helmet, it won't give you back any bar to your super. That would be too nutty, but what it does is every time you get an arc ability kill, including killing someone with your super, the super bar will deplete slower. Getting a kill will begin a short little countdown timer, and every time you get a kill, that countdown timer will be reset. There's no carved in stone amount as to how long your helmet can keep your super going. It all really depends on how many people you kill in your super and at what point during the countdown you manage to kill another person. That being said, here are some time durations for a couple tests that I did in a private lobby with the helmet. Sometimes I got a ×1 stack just one time, sometimes I got a ×2 stack just one time, sometimes I got a ×3 just the one time, and another time I had enemies repeatedly running at me to try and continuously reset the cooldown timer. Now that'll never happen in a match, I don't think, but that one went all the way up to 29 seconds, which again, if you remember the original duration of your Stormcaller super, that's pretty damned impressive. Check out this clip from a PvP match last night. I activated my Storm Trance, went in on the enemy team, I got a total of 8 kills, and I rotated around the map completely to re-catch the enemy team on the spawn, and all in all, I was in my super for a grand total of 24 seconds. That is longer than the normal duration of Storm Trance with Transcendence doing absolutely nothing, and that includes me depleting the bar by both doing Ionic Blink and holding down R2 to zap people. That was also in correspondence with the top tree, which again I think is the better tree for using this helmet. So let's put it in layman's terms. What is the go-to strategy for using the Crown of Tempests in PvP? Or is it even worth using at all? Normally I prefer exotic armor that can help you in the neutral game, armor like the transversive steps. That being said, I think the Crown of Tempests absolutely has a really good home in PvP if you play a Warlock. In my opinion, Storm Trance is one of the best supers in the game as long as you're fighting people who are in the neutral game. Meaning I wouldn't bring the Stormcaller into Mayhem because I think the Storm Trance will get shut down by a lot of other supers, but if you're fighting people in their basic neutral game state, the Storm Trance will shred the other team apart. That being said, if you can go into a game of 4v4, comp, trials, whatever, and you have your super and you're using the top tree and they have nothing to shut you down with, this helmet can extend the duration of your super for so long that if you use your super even remotely intelligently, it basically translates to a free round win. I'd really like to try that. I actually want to go into comp with a full team of Stormcallers all wearing this helmet, and I think that even if we were to lose every neutral game round, if we all finally got our supers and played our cards correctly while wearing this helmet, I don't see how the other team would really be able to stop a strategy of going going in and using one super at a time, making it last as long as possible, and just ruining them with Stormcaller only. I think it's actually a really viable strategy, because again, it lasts for so long that if you use it correctly with the top tree, make sure that you cast it with full grenade and melee energy to make sure it lasts as long as possible, it's really going to be difficult to lose the round if you play that super correctly. Now, you could use this helmet with the bottom tree if you like Arc Buddies a lot, but I kind of don't like that idea. I think that if you're going to use this helmet, your strategy should be, how can I abuse my super as much as possible? And the answer to that is the top tree, because you have the ability to combine it with Transcendence for an even longer super, which again, the entire point of wearing the helmet. And 2, you have the ability to use Ionic Blink, which makes your super about like 10 times deadlier because it's much harder to kill you. In conclusion, if you're a Warlock and you have this helmet, please give it a try in PvP with the Stormcaller top tree. I think it's a damn good pairing. If you haven't used the Stormcaller in a while, this combination will absolutely surprise you. You will be an orb producing machine. And in the same vein, this helmet will probably do pretty good for PvE also, especially for cutting through like low level garbage enemies like Thrall. Might definitely be worth trying out in Escalation Protocol because you can produce a ton of orbs by just endlessly zapping through those dumb, weak Thrall, helping your team out. I can see this helmet being good for both PvP and PvE. Anyway, that's all for this video. Hey guys, do me a favor. If you like this content, give me a like. It doesn't cost anything. It helps me out a bunch. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, because if you do, I will love you forever. Also, be sure to check me out on Twitch because, hey, why not? Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. See you next time.